Alright guys, we just got back onto the boat from our excursion at Amber Cove. We did the waterfalls of Damajuaga. I can't say it right. We did the waterfalls with the zip lining and the lunch combo. We started that around 7:15 is when we got off the boat, and then they brought us back to the shopping area around 1:30. Our boat doesn't leave till 4, so we did go around to the shopping area and look around. We did get a drink at one of the bars, and then we came back to the boat early because we were out from the excursion. So when you leave the cruise port, you meet with your guides. They put you on like an open air truck, kind of like a safari truck. You drive maybe about 20 or so minutes to the waterfall area. Now, they did say that you could interchange where they may have you going to do zip lining first and then waterfalls, or vice versa. We got lucky and we were the first group to go on to the waterfalls, which was awesome because when we were finished and we were leaving there, I swear it was so many people in line, different groups, different the other boat. There was another boat that docked as well. A lot of people. It was crazy. So we were very thankful that we were the first people, and there was 10 of us in our group. We got to enjoy it. We got to slide down one of the natural water slides twice because there was nobody else there. So that was great. The hike was fine. People, you read the reviews, they say the hike was strenuous, blah blah blah. It was not. The two uphills, they have stairs notched into the dirt with some like wood to make them stairs. It was not strenuous at all. It was probably 40-minute hike. I know other people have said on the reviews that it took an hour. It only took us 40 minutes. Our group, we were cruising through. So once you do the 20-minute drive, you get to where the waterfalls start. You do your hike with your guides. So our tour guide on the bus actually went with us. She hiked up with us, but there were two professional guides that were with us that only does the waterfall portion. So what they do is they have you sit, they tell you, cross your legs, cross your arms, and then they hold the back of your life jacket, and then they kind of like push you down or, guide you to where you need to go. So the hike, there were some rocks, but nothing crazy. On the side, it says bring water shoes, or, any type of shoe that you're comfortable in. We hiked it in our water shoes. We could feel the rocks, but it wasn't a big deal for us. So we wore our water shoes during the waterfall adventure. After that, before the zip line, we changed into our tennis shoes. We brought extra tennis shoes, so it was kind of nice having the extra shoes there with us. But we did, I think, 5 or 6 of the natural water slides. They even let us go down the one 2 times because no one was there waiting. It was really awesome. The water was cold, but it felt great. It was crisp, and we were doing this early enough in the morning that the humidity hadn't caught up to us yet. So once we did the waterfalls, hiking back out, it was pretty much flat. We walked through some like dried up streams, walked back to our open air boat. Now they have you leave your things on the bus, and the bus driver stays along to watch your stuff. Now, pretty much whatever you take with you, you're going to get wet, because when you come flying off of those slides, the water is deep and you go under completely. So me and another lady had like one of the waterproof fanny packs. Well, my GoPro, I think it's an Insta360. It's waterproof itself. So my little pack that I was wearing, I pretty much just kept my sunglasses in it. I didn't bring my phone because I didn't want to chance it, bang it up on the rocks, or it get wet or me lose it. But the fanny pack, I think, would be a better option if you were going to take something with you, because a lanyard with your phone hanging off of you, it may fly off because you submerge completely when you come down those slides. So just keep that in mind. But do whatever you feel is comfortable. Now, I had the GoPro I didn't think I had a lot of time to, like, you wouldn't be able to get it out of out of your case and get it out, put it back in, get it out, because we didn't have time for that. We were moving along. So I was able to just hold my GoPro in my hand, where I like kind of stuck it in my shirt in between my life jacket, and kind of held it with when you cross your arms going down. So it was easy for me to take it out and capture some pictures. They do have a photographer, and I'm assuming the price varies because I've seen other reviews where they've said it's been $50, $60, $100. Our photographer had a GoPro as well and a real DSLR camera. He took pictures and video, and at the end he told us that it was $100 for both of us, like total for the two people. Otherwise he was charging you $60 for a single, like if you were a single person. Even though I did get GoPro pictures and videos, like we didn't get any of the zipline because you have to have both of your hands on the zipline. So they would allow you to bring your GoPro if you had the helmet mount, but I didn't. So you're not allowed to bring anything with you. And honestly, you need your hands because you're climbing up these ladders and you have to hold on to the rope and your harness. So if you want to take video or picture of ziplining, you need a GoPro mount for the helmet. But once we got done with waterfalls, we got back on the bus truck and we drove to the ziplining ranch. They fed us a buffet lunch. It was rice and beans and chicken and pork, or maybe it was beef. And then they had fruit and salad, and then coffee. There was a gift shop there. They do take credit cards at the gift shop. If you want, there was a lady that was making like chocolate or melting chocolate and making like kind of like hot chocolate. I don't think she took cards because I did buy from her and I just went ahead and paid her in cash, but she was kind of off to the side. Our original tour guide, she explained a lot of the trees that were in this area. So where the buffet is, there's this beautiful open field. There's lots of trees, plants, fruit. They kind of explain to you what each tree is, and then you go over to your safety huddle to go over what you need to do during the zip line. They put you in the harness. They clip you in and out, so you don't do anything. The only thing you need to do is put your non-dominant hand on your harness in front of you, and then your dominant hand, they're going to put a glove and a leather, and you hold it behind you. That way if you need to stop, you pull down. So they're going to direct you as you're zip lining. If you need to slow down, they'll do that, and then to stop, they'll do the stop sign. But they never told me to stop at all. They will stop you for you if you don't. So what I did was just waited till I got a little closer, and then I just kind of pulled down on that back glove there, and it slowed me down. But otherwise they were stopping me, they were doing it for me. We were able to go on 6 zip lines, and they were really awesome at this ranch. They were high up, they were long, they went through a lot of vegetation, over like a creek. There was just lots of trees around. It was really an awesome experience. I was a little nervous at first because this was our first time ziplining, but to be honest, what was more scarier was climbing up these steep, straight ladders. You are hooked in at all times. They do clip you on a rope that runs alongside of the stairs and the ladders that you're going to be climbing, and then once you get up to the zipline portion, there's the professional is there to clip you in, and they tell you what you need to do. So there's no need to be afraid of that part because they're going to do everything for you. And then honestly, they're stopping you most of the time. So if you're scared to, stop yourself, you don't have to. But we did the 6 zip lines, and then when we got to the end, our open air truck bus was waiting for us, with our things still intact. All of my things were the way that I left them, so no problems there. Then they drove us back to the cruise port. So when we were entering the cruise port, there was an agent that did get on the bus and check our, you just have to bring an ID of some sort. So you don't need your passport. I just carried a driver's license, or if you have your passport card. So they just check that with the name on your cruise ship card. You're going to have that with you at all times. So they checked everyone on the bus, and then they let us into the gated area, and then we got out, and that was it. And we were back into the shopping area, and like I said, we walked around for a little bit, looked at the shopping area, and then we decided to go back to the boat. But all in all, the waterfall lunch zipline combo is totally worth it if you're adventurous. Now, I would say you need to be in a little bit of shape, but either way, the hike is not that bad. They give you plenty of chances to rest. Like I said, it's only 45 minutes. There might have been 2 up hills. It wasn't too bad. They do give you plenty of time to rest. There was a spot at the top of the hill where you can kind of congregate. They do have a first aid site up there in case there is an accident. But I would say water shoes are fine, even to hike, but that's up to you if you have sensitive feet. Maybe wear your tennis shoes, but I just didn't want something weighing my feet down because, you know, your tennis shoes can get heavy and soggy. So water shoes worked out fine for us. I had the waterproof fanny pack. That worked out, but like I said, you're not going to have time to pull your phone out of it, put your phone back in it. It's just easier, honestly, if you have a waterproof GoPro, or you just buy the photos that they're offering at the end. So we paid $100 for the both of us total, and they're supposed to email us our photos tomorrow, or maybe they'll text us on WhatsApp. I'm not really sure, but they have all of our information down, and they're supposed to give them to us tomorrow. So we'll see. But like I said, water shoes are okay. I wouldn't just wear a straight bathing suit either, ladies. I wore like a little tank top and then a little pair of just like biker shorts, kind of, because, you know, you could get a little scratched up on the rocks. I didn't, but you know, that may play a factor into things. But I wore little shorts, and everything was fine. Plus, when you get to the zipline portion, unless you bring some other clothes to put on, I would advise putting on more clothes for the ziplining, because the harness was kind of rubbing. I just had like a, you know, like a sleeveless tank. It was kind of rubbing my armpits, and then like my shorts, I had to kind of pull those up so that the harnesses weren't rubbing my waist. But it's not that big of a deal. But all in all, I would give it a 10 out of 10. It was an awesome excursion. Like I said, we ran from about 8 to 1:30. It was really good. So if you're able to, I think it was like $100 a person, give or take. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's totally worth it, in my opinion. So if you get the opportunity to do it, then go ahead, because it was worth the money. Anyways, so that's the update for today. I will keep you posted on more activities. Have a good day.